Okay, guys, a little bit of quiet, please. A little bit of quiet. Now, there's a number of new signings and an absolutely mammoth injury list as well. So, for new guys, if you could briefly introduce yourselves to the squad, please. And then what we're going to do is nick over to the medical center, and you can meet the guys you're here to replace. Hi guys, I'm Aussie DEALIN and welcome to Season 9, Episode 11 here at H&W Welders on the Impossible Dream as we look to win the European Cup with this Northern Irish side. And today we are playing Ballinamallard in the league and then Larne. And we could just about see off Larne if we can get another victory over them. But it's been a very, very, very busy start to the January window. We're January 16th and a lot has happened. And the reason we're in the medical center is because a lot of the transfer activity has happened because of basically the medical center activity. So first injured player, Omar Robin, one of our left backs, he's out for 10 days to 3 weeks. He's already been out for about a week. Obviously, any injury in January is heightened because we play every second day, it feels like, so we need the rotation. So he's out for a little bit of time. We've had to get somebody in to replace him or cover for him, and I think we've actually accidentally replaced him, to be honest. But Omar Robin has picked up a knock. The other players that have been injured, we have got Michael Diora, one of our, well, a good target man, let's be honest. I think he's, say it quietly, maybe better than Kagbo. Yeah, he's out for about 3 weeks as well. He's already been out for a week. So he's a bit of a miss as well. Good jumping reach strength. He's a good player, is old Diora there. So that's a blow. If we keep going down the list here, Rory King, he's really stepped up this season. He's out for 2 weeks, already been out for a week. So he's out with with sprained ankle ligaments. Again, in January injuries, I felt that much more. And so he will hopefully come back fit firing very soon. And the final one is not as serious, but still out for a little bit of time, is Fred Simpson, our centre-back, our on-loan centre-back. 2 weeks, he's already been out for about another week before he comes back. Again, very good player, only on loan, but hopefully we'll be able to make that a little bit more permanent at some point in the future. So those are the injuries that we've had. Let's have a look at the players that we've bought in already in January. So the first couple we knew about, Brendan Davidson, who we signed, of course, for £1,500 from Glentoran. He's officially arrived, so we can see all of his attributes now. He's not the best physically, but everything else there is quite good. He hasn't made his debut for us as of yet, I don't think. No, he hasn't. He will be making his debut momentarily here, so that's something to look forward to. So Davidson has shown up. The other player we knew was coming was Kyle Fisher, our free transfer signing from Cardiff Met Uni. So he's arrived. He's worth 115 grand already. You can see we've already had a little bit of a go at making him into a left winger because he is left-footed. But we'll wait and see exactly how successful that's going to be. He has made his debut for us, albeit I think in a cup game. But yeah, he is potentially a very good player for us indeed. So those are the ones we knew about. The first of the new boys is a free transfer signing, a centre-back in Tommy Martin. Now, he was out of contract at Bray Wanderers in the Irish League. So we snapped him up at the end of his contract on a free. And well, you can see the scouts really liked him, which is the main reason, to be honest, why I did go and get him, and the fact he was free as well. Only £300 a week. Good jumping reach, good pace. The rest of it physically not too bad. Good leadership. So at 18, there's a chance that we can, fairly ambitious, that we could get ourselves a future club captain here. He's technically okay for an 18-year-old centre-back. Positioning, I'd like to be a little bit better. But all in all, there's definitely a... gets the crowd going. He's definitely going to be a captain, isn't he? There's, I think there's enough there to take the risk at signing him and see if he comes off or not. And the other two are loan signings. Now, one of the promises that I made to Brendan Davidson, which I completely forgot about when I signed him, was that we'd improve our strike force. Now, we did have Kayate, was it? I forget his name, the guy we loaned from Linfield to keep Armstrong happy. So basically we've done the same thing here. We've loaned Lewis Cowley from Blackburn. Now we are paying a lot of money, £2,700 a week. But I think he could actually be useful for us. Now another reason why I did get this guy in is because if Armstrong is going to become the incredible sulk, if we were to get an injury to Mr. X-ray vision, I don't really want to have to rely on Armstrong while he's sulking to be the number 10 in these big games. which is why we've got him in, because he'll be happy to play. He's naturally a striker, but you can see the star rating wise, there's not too much of a drop off. Just a very decent player. Very decent player indeed. So he's going to come in, and we'll see him when we see him. And this is to sort of cover for Robin, but as I said, inadvertently here, we may have actually replaced him. A very, very good Adam Pearson on loan from Blackpool. A very, very good left back. Good tackling, good passing, good marking. He can cross a ball, relatively speaking. Mentally, he's quite good. Technically, physically, he's fine. And I wouldn't mind getting this guy in permanently. He's only 18. He hasn't played much for Blackpool. Has played a little bit for their first team in League One this year. And he's one of those guys, valued at $33,000 on £650 a week. Come the end of the year, we might have a sneaky attempt to get him in permanently. But that is all the signings that we've made. So let me know what you think of that. If we do just quickly check the finances, we're over our wage budget. Is that for next season? But again, that's we'll deal with that next season. That's future Aussie villain problem. But yeah, I think we'll be fine because we won't be keeping everybody anyway. So that is that. Now, one other signing we have made for the future at the end of their contract is this guy, James Chambers from the New Saints. Now, it says he's a striker. I haven't actually signed him as a striker. I've signed him as a midfielder. Cundell's contract is up soon. There's a few of the midfielders that are contract is up soon. I just think this guy's a bit of an upgrade. Good technique, good passing, good vision, teamwork, good first touch, dribbling. I think there's a very decent box-to-box midfielder, maybe Mazzella in there. So we've signed him at the end of his contract, as I said, on a free. So we'll hopefully get good things from him when he arrives ready for next season. So that is that. Now, there's some games to catch you up on. 5, in fact. We've been very busy since last episode. The first one in the league was against Coleraine. So let's see how we did. Davenport's first Welders goal gave us a lead early in the second half. McDade made it 2-0 before Cargbo finished a good passing move to seal the points in style. So we were comfortable in this game. It took really until the second half, obviously that's when the goals came, until we really did kind of turn our superiority into goals. But we did that. Really, really enjoyed the Cargbo goal at the end to seal the points. They went down to 10 men very, very late on, but it was essentially the last action of the game. It was a very unnecessary red card. Next up, it was Dungannon in the league, a team we've always had troubles with. They've got a new manager in, so let's see if we can get the better of him. We went in front in the first half when King ended a goal-mouth scramble. And the Fitzpatrick Rocket secured the points late on. So another comfortable win. I wouldn't mind getting a speed gun on that Fitzpatrick shot at the end there, but you can see again, XG tracker, match stats. It was a comfortable win. It was a good performance from us. And way to Dungannon, where we have struggled in the past. I was very, very pleased with what we did here. Next up, it was the Irish Cup. We were playing Bainbridge Town, who I think were relegated. Was it last season they went down? So this was no second chances. We had to win. Let's see if we can progress. The only goal came just before half-time when Omar Robin found Diora unmarked in front of goal. I say no second chances. If it had been a draw, there probably would have been a replay, wouldn't they? Which is technically a second chance. But we didn't need that. Were we good in this one? No. Armstrong continued his bit of a sulk. It was a debut for Fisher on the left-hand side there. That middle three didn't play particularly well. Everybody else did good, though. Akesian, who has had bids come in from both Linfield and Larne, had a good game for us in midfield. But, ultimately we were good enough to beat not a great side. Next up, it was back in league action against Institute, so let's check in on that one. McGreevy headed us off to the perfect start. Fevra played in McDade to make it 2-0 early in the second half. Before McQuaid picked out Diora to seal the points. So another very good, comfortable win. Now, unfortunately, this is where Diora got injured right at the end. Such a needless injury. But yeah, we did play well in this one. It was another comfortable win. We're getting to the point where there are times in the league where we just look comfortable against teams, where we dominate the games, and it's just a matter of making sure we put chances away. And we did that here. Another 3 goals. You can see we had a goal ruled out for Fitzpatrick. I think it was offside. I can't particularly remember why it was ruled out, but it was... Who cares? It was a comfortable win anyway. The final game to catch you up on was a big one. It was against Glentoran. Now, they are, of course, sitting third in the league ahead of Larne. And, well, we've seen in the past we've had a little bit of a struggle against them at times. So let's see if we could extend the gap to third or really put ourselves a little bit in nervous times. We went in front early when Napoleon played in McDade. McGreevy played in Cargbo on the break for 2-0. Before Cargbo got our third moments later. And Davenport completed the scoring just before half-time. So there we go, brush them aside. The first half of this game was honestly, it was, I think, amongst the best performances we've had in the entire series. We really did just play so well. We didn't, the XG wasn't that high, we just put our chances away. Cargbo with a double, McDade and Davenport, who now has 2 for the club. Yeah, Napoleon and McGreevy in there ran the show. It was a really good performance. I just can't stress it enough. Really happy with it. So we can see there, since last episode, not a goal conceded. We've won every game. If we go and have a quick look here, we can see in the Irish Cup, we do have Glentoran coming up again. Not the easiest draw. But, well, on that form, you'd certainly back us to get a result. And in the league, Linfield have played a game more than us. You can see they got a 0-0 draw with Institute to go with the 0-0 they got against Glenavon. And suddenly the gap's 4 points again. Larne are in third. They've played a game more than Glentoran, though. And we, of course, will play them in the second game today. So you can see if we were to beat Ballinamallard, which we're capable of a terrible performance, and then go and beat Larne again, it's just a 16-point gap, and that's game over, isn't it? We're not dropping those many points between now and the end of the year. So, big episode coming up. Let's have a look and see what we're doing. First up, though, against Ballinamallard. What's this? That's the Antrim Shield final. Well, enjoy yourselves, boys. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation that we're expecting, and this is the team we're sending out. It's Jitter in goal. It's McCullough, Davenport, Griven, and Hall as the back four. Now, Hall, you'll notice here, has a bid in from Bolton. His contract is up the end of this season. I don't necessarily want... I think we can do better. But equally, I don't want to leave ourselves with no right-backs. So we've put in a counter offer for a contract extension. If he signs with us, great. If he doesn't, it's okay. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky situation with the Lion injury as well. We don't know exactly how he's going to come back. And you can see his star rating has dropped from, I think it was it 3.5? Back down to 2. So, yeah, we're in a little bit of a tricky situation there. Napoleon and McQuaid will go in midfield. It's Fevra, Armstrong, and Fitzpatrick. Davidson makes his debut up top. Do we have any injuries? I've run through all the injuries, I think, haven't I? So that is everything done there. The reason McGreevy's not playing, you can see he's a little bit tired still, as is McDade. So they don't feature in this one. And we do have Cowley on the bench, who could make a debut. Probably will make a debut, if I'm honest. And we might even get a look at Fisher. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Do we recognise anybody in their lineup? I don't think I do, but I miss them all the time. And what do we want to say to this? We've got Unsure, Armstrong. Again, we're playing him in here because I think against this mob we could just about carry a passenger. All right, go out there and impress me, boys. Let's point our finger, say we have faith in them to make the difference. We didn't really get much of a reaction out of Armstrong. We've got debutant up top in Davidson. So that's always a little bit of a risk. We saw Fisher wasn't, well, you saw in the match rating, mate, he wasn't particularly good on debut. It can sometimes go either way, can't it? You'll notice Napoleon's playing, although he's tired. As I think I mentioned last episode, we've promised him that he'll start more games. So that's why we're just basically playing him until he can't. Armstrong! Oh, is it going to go in? No! Cleared off the line. Yeah, so he's just playing because of that. Once we've kept that promise, ribbon just over the bar, then we can sort of rotate him a little bit more than we are right now. But I tell you what, certainly it's all one end right now from highlights, isn't it? Davenport gets the ball over the top for Fitzpatrick. Davidson's looking. We've got Fevra at the back post. It's fallen for Davidson. And Brendan Davidson on debut has got himself a first Welders goal. His 11th of the season. Of course, he's been playing for Glentoran. But that's excellent. Breaks the deadlock, and there's nothing better than a debut goal for a striker, is there? Just gets them underway. And that's exactly what we want him to do. Just be that assassin in front of goal. And that's outside, almost top of the foot. It's a cracking finish from Davidson. And there we go, 1-0. Now, what we don't want to do, of course, is give that goal back to them. Armstrong, don't get yourself sent off. I just worry that Armstrong's going to go launch himself into a tackle or something. Jitter makes a save that he probably shouldn't have been given a chance to make, if we're honest with ourselves. But we'll give him some praise anyway. And we've got a corner. Napoleon to take. Decent. into a good area. Oh, who was that? Davenport. You don't expect centre-backs to be good with their feet, do you? But at least hit the target. Hoole gets that clear. There's no one up there. Fitzpatrick goes to close him down. McCullough wins it back for us. Armstrong. Let's see what he can do. Come on, mate. Forget you're unhappy. Just enjoy your football. There's a good ball for Fitzpatrick. What can he do? He's got Fevra getting forward. He pulls it back for Davidson again. And Davidson has his second. And Fitzpatrick to Davidson. It's becoming a little bit of a thing, isn't it? Armstrong did well there, down the line to Fitzpatrick. Didn't think that he's too far back, surely, but he's been picked out anyway. Timed his run to perfection, just ran into the space. And again, maybe the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better there. But we'll take that and run. 2-0. If we can get a third, you'd say it is just about game over, and then we might even look to rest Napoleon. We could bring Cowley on. He could probably play that sort of a deeper role for us. And the assistant suggests DeRosa, but I think I'd rather give Cowley the game time. Although Napoleon's playing as a deep-lying playmaker, isn't he? Maybe that's not exactly what we want from... don't get complacent, please, boys. Fist pumping, we have faith. And we'll get back out there. I do want that third goal before I start making changes. I mean, we've scored from our only 2 shots on goal, which isn't ideal. You'd like to think we can put a couple more shots on goal. We'll just keep my mouth shut. All right, let's try a praise. We've got complacent Armstrong. All right, I'm going to say now that Napoleon needs to come off, doesn't he? So let's just get Cowley on there, see what he can do. Get a debut out of the way. Let's also... let's just get him on the right-hand side. Fisher for Fevra. Fevra's not had a great game. You're going to be an inverted winger for me, please. We have about a week until the Larne game, so we can afford to play players here and not have it affect us too badly. And we've got a highlight here that's going to involve some defending with about 9 minutes to play. Can we get this away, please, boys? McCullough can't quite get there. Oh, and it is 2-1. And suddenly, we just get a little bit nervous again, don't we? The way that Linfield are going, obviously, we just can't afford to drop points. Jitter almost got there. Hoole was maybe a little bit lazy if we're being super critical. Let's give them a focus. That seems to have worked. And what we might just need to go and do, if we can't go and get a winner here, is just go and close the game right down. McCullough to Fitzpatrick. Now, they went to 3 centre-backs, so there should be a little bit of space in wide areas for us. There it is for Fisher. Can Fisher get himself a first goal? No, it's a good save. Davidson keeps it in. No, he doesn't. And that ends the highlight, and we will now go and make these defensive changes. Okay, so we've made a sub. Armstrong has come off. He's still sulking. We've brought DeRosa on just to sit in front of the back the back four for us, and just make sure we see this out. Yeah. We should be okay. It's just made a bit of a nervous finish there, hasn't it? But we've got the job done. A Davidson double. And yeah, it's a game we should have won a lot more comfortably, but ultimately we got the win. So on a day where Linfield and Larne were not playing, we've cut the gap to a single point to the top of the table, and we have a better goal difference. If we could just beat Linfield, we make it really difficult for us when we get ourselves right up to catch them up again, and then we go and lose to them every time. But debut goals for Davidson. Cowley made his debut as well. And Australian boss Hughes is keeping an eye on Napoleon. Guys, that's it for that. Wait right there, though, because we are right back to face Larne and see if we can keep our excellent run against them recently going. Okay, welcome back. Now, not much has happened in between the 2 games, apart from the fact Luca Hoole did sign his extension. So a 2-year, was it 1.5 year deal even? 2-year deal? Anyway, December 2031 it ends up. $1,400 a week. It's more than I would have liked to pay for him, but ultimately we've got ourselves a right back now, and that is potentially better than not having one, basically. Let's have a look and see what we're doing here against Larne. We have a fantastic record against them recently, but can we keep that going? We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is a team we're sending out. Essentially, at this point in time, is our best 11. Now, was Simpson? He's not really fit. So it's Dejita in goal. It is McCullough, Davenport, Gribben, and Hall as the back four. McQuaid and McGreevy in midfield. It's Fevra, Napoleon, and Fitzpatrick. McDade goes up top. We did have a little bit of a knock. Simpson, he could probably play, but we're not going to risk him. So that's why Napoleon is playing up in the number 10 role there. And was there something else I wanted to mention? It was that... do I want to play Pearson? No, I don't think I do. It's that Armstrong, he just dropped out because he's still having a bit of a sulk. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise Seth Keach isn't playing. He is still there. I did check, and he is still there. But, yeah, for whatever reason, I fully expect... all right, keep the run going. Now, Larne beat Linfield in that County Antrim Shield final. So we're sort of in a bit of a situation. It's a weird one right now where we can't beat Linfield, Linfield can't beat Larne, and Larne can't beat us. So as long as we can keep that cycle going, then, it might work out okay for us. But away from home here, this is not going to be easy. And, I mean, Larne are still, obviously, they're a good team. Gribben, what a tackle that is. They're a good team in a bit of a tough patch, aren't they? And there's always the risk, of course, that they could come back into form at the wrong time for us. Here we go, Napoleon. Oh, goalkeeper with a stunning save. And even then, it looked like it only just went over the crossbar. Napoleon, though, with the corner. Can he find one of the big heads in there for us? Oh, he can. And it's offside. No, it can't be offside. It must be pushing. Gribben with the goal. How can you be offside from a corner? So they're saying that at the time of that's not offside, though, is it? Maybe he's in front of the goalkeeper. Anyway, let's try that again. Back post this time. Again, it's headed away. And now this is what hurt us against Linfield. And somehow we found ourselves 4-on-2 at the back. Gita has come up with a really, really good save there. But there's something not right from us defending attacking corners, is there? And I don't know what that is. There should be 2 men back and at least another 2 on the edge of the area. But it's not quite working right now, is it? And I wonder why that is. Now, obviously, away from home, it's going to be a little bit tougher than trying to beat them at home. We're essentially going about things the same way. Hall gets a bit of a block in. McDade doing some good defensive work back there, gets it clear. And they go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Now, of course, nature of a highlight is something tends to happen. We force them back. Hall picks that up. Can we now get them the other way? Napoleon on the ball. He's got a little bit of space. Get out of the way, McGreevy. Ball over the top. McDade can't quite get there. Back to the goalkeeper. It's a long old highlight. We've picked it up there with Davenport. Back to Gribben. Gribben to Davenport. Out there to McCullough. Oh, look at the space through the middle. He's got to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick! Oh, it's blocked away. And that's the highlight. Let's give them some encouragement. We're doing okay here, aren't we? Can we get ourselves a goal before half-time? Fitzpatrick's done well. He's into the penalty area. Fitzpatrick looks to shoot with his right foot. You're left-footed, mate. Don't do that. We do have Fisher on the bench. We also have Davidson and Cargbo, so we've got a lot of attacking options should we need them. We need some defensive options now, though, and that's just over the bar. Let's give them some more encouragement just before half-time. Can we go and get ourselves a goal? Doesn't look like we can. So it's 0-0 at the break. I think we've just about shaded that, have we? We've been the better team. Keep going. You'll be fine. We can just about get on board with that, I think, can't we? Let's pump our fists, say we have what it takes, and get back out there. McQuaid's been in some bad form, actually. We have had a little bit of a talk to him about his recent form. We do have De Rossa on the bench, though ideally we won't be doing that. One other thing we could look to do is drop Napoleon back in there and then go sort of an out-and-out 2 up front. Fevre has done okay there, but still they come away with it. McCullough's been beaten on the outside. Can he keep him there? He can, and that seemed unnecessary. I mean, you had a bit of time. You may have been able to keep possession there for us, mate. We've got some more work to do defensively. Davenport does it well. Now, can we go and put some pressure on the ball? We can, and that ends the highlight. Let's try exploiting the flanks. Let's just see what that does for us. Let's give them some more encouragement. McQuaid is continuing to not have a great game. All right, so let's make some changes here. What we are going to do is we're going to make 2 subs. We're going to bring Fisher on for Fevra, who's still coming back to match fitness and isn't having a great game. So Fisher will come on for him. We're going to drop Napoleon back in to replace McQuaid, and Cargbo will come on. So we don't have a number 10, but we're just kind of tweaking the way we're going about things a little bit. And hopefully we'll see a benefit of that. Linfield is winning, so it does put a little bit of extra pressure on us if we can get the 3 points here. But to be honest, a draw away to Larne is still not a bad result, even if they are having a bit of a poor season. Gribben. Oh, he's been done. Don't. And we are 1-0 down with 10 minutes to play. I don't think we're... is it a case of being a little bit too open at the back? I don't know if it is. Us exploiting the flanks has not worked, has it? So let's get rid of that. We maybe need to go a little bit more direct now too, don't we? Let's go and get stuck in. Everything else there is fine. Let's give them a berating and see if that works for us. And we've got a highlight. Fisher. Can he get himself a first Welders goal? It's not the best pass. And Napoleon can't keep hold of it, but there's nothing doing there for them. They've really dropped back in here, haven't they? And I think we can take some positives from that. The fact that they've gone in front and they are just... they're doing defensive training, aren't they? There's a ball for Cargbo. How's Cargbo got in behind? Oh, the goalkeeper makes a save. They were all at sea there, though, weren't they? Napoleon to take. Can we find a head of Cargbo or somebody of that ilk? Oh, it's just over. Elk? That's a deer, isn't it? Ilk, even. All out attack. Come on, boys. Oh, don't do it. That's disappointing. I mean, XG is, for what it's worth, is essentially even, and we've lost the game. So there we go. The gap to Linfield is 4 points. The gap to Larne is 10. We're still in a good position relative to Larne, but we just can't get Linfield, can we? As soon as we get close, it just seems to go the other way then, doesn't it? But there we go. Larne's 10-game unbeaten run continues. They're finding a bit of form. I still think 10 points is more than likely going to be enough for us. But it's still disappointing, isn't it? But guys, that is it for today. That league title just gets a little bit further away from us again. I suppose 4 points is still doable, isn't it? It's frustrating as what it is. But guys, I said that'll do it for today. We'll be back next time. What we might do is we might come back for the Glentoran Cup tie. We'll skip... oh, Carrick Rangers... no, they're 5th now. So we'll come back for the Glentoran Cup tie. We'll skip over Carrick Rangers, then have the first leg versus Rosenborg. And then we can do Linfield, which will be a huge game. And then the second leg versus Rosenborg. So that'll be the next 2 episodes for you. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to hit thumbs up and, of course, subscribe if you're new. Take care.